John, please correct me if I'm wrong, but she's well known to be a prolific fundraiser. That's a huge part of getting ahead in the Democratic Party. Why? Because she does come off, I mean, I make this joke all the time, but it really is true. She's the real-life Cruella de Vil. She does come off as a Disney movie villain. How can that person sit in front of a room of wealthy people and say, hey, this is my vision, pay up, big checks? Those two don't seem to translate for me.
Well, she is the sugar mama, and the Democrats in Congress are the sugar babies. And I'm sure you never thought you'd think of Jerry Nadler that way, but that's what it is. And that's been a hallmark of her political career from the time that she initially got in Congress. It was an old boys club back then. And she was very ambitious at rising through the ranks. And the way that she would endear herself to other members, because she had a very safe district, she didn't have to spend a lot of money on her re-elections. So she would raise money and spread it around. And she got to a point where everyone owed her a favor. And so when she decided to challenge the existing power structure, because it wasn't her turn for leadership, she called in all of these chits and was able to cobble together the votes to win her elections within the caucus.
Speaking of money, I did think this Q&A with Nancy Pelosi was pretty interesting about trading stocks.
Finding that 49 members of Congress and 182 senior congressional staffers have violated the Stock Act, the insider trading law. I'm wondering if you have any reaction to that, and secondly, should members of Congress and their spouses be banned from trading individual stocks while serving in Congress?
No, I don't know to the second one. We have a responsibility to report in the stock, on the stock, but I'm not familiar with that 5-month review, but if the people aren't reporting, they should be.
Why do you think
because this is a free market and people, we are a free market economy, they should be able to participate in that. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Nancy Pelosi is a big free marketer, John.
Oh, yeah. I remember it was years ago. She was sitting down for one of the Sunday shows, and she announced that she was a capitalist. And in left-wing circles, that was a real big shocker. Nancy comes from a family that controlled the political machine in Baltimore. Her father, Thomas D'Alessandro, known as Tommy the Elder. Her brother was also a mayor of Baltimore, Tommy the Younger. Her mother was the one that ran the household and ran the campaigns, Big Nancy. And Little Nancy, Nancy Pelosi, was the one that would keep a list of favors that people owed the family. And so when they had to go cash in, she would be the one that kept the receipts. The money in her family doesn't come from the D'Alessandro side. The money comes from her husband, Paul Pelosi. Her husband, Paul, is the one that brought her to Northern California. He's from a very wealthy family in California. He's in financial services. He has done very well. And as Nancy's career has exploded in Washington, D.C., he just keeps doing better and better and better. My guess is Nancy doesn't have anything to do with the day-to-day aspects of their portfolio. Paul is the one that manages all of their finances.
Obviously, a lot has been made over the money Nancy Pelosi's worth, the money Nancy Pelosi's made in the stock market. Do we think there's something nefarious there, or is this just standard? He's good with money and she's good with twisting arms.
You know, he is one of these political spouses that makes it a point to completely stay out of politics. So it's really hard to understand how this guy operates. The one and only time he's really made news was when he was in this bizarre automobile accident with his brother, where his brother was a passenger and died in the accident. He was never charged criminally with anything associated with that, but that was really the one time he made waves and he made the papers. I don't know how much pillow talk there is between the two of them, but whatever it is, I'm sure that he is the one that's pulling the strings on the finances. And, you know, look, you're living with someone who is the second most powerful person in the country. I'm sure you learn things, I'm sure you know things, and I'm sure that impacts the decisions that you make. But she's pretty slick. She's been around for a very long time. So I don't think she's sloppy enough to do something to get herself in real trouble.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.